All right,
Yeah, that was
we're rocking and rolling. I'm gonna mute myself, brother, and hand it on over.
cool. Yeah, so sometimes we preach, sometimes we teach. I think last time, who was here, put a three in the chat if you're here for when I talked about playing small is canceled. Quite a few of you are here. Okay, so that was a preach. I was straight preaching. This time I'm actually going to teach, and I do this on the accountability call, Jim, which I've been here for a year and a month now. So I've done this call. This will be the third time that I teach on this topic, but it's really, really important, and it can make you guys some extra money this week. It can help out some additional families this week. So I'm going to bring it back and probably do so once a quarter as I get invited to this call, which I'm very thankful that Jim, you gave me the platform to speak today. Like, what an incredible opportunity to share what I've learned and just also get the opportunity to sharpen my skills in teaching, which is what I love to do. So, anyways, the topic that I'm going to talk on today is where to find additional business. And the type of coach that I am, Jim, I don't always look at what everyone else looks at in terms of volume of leads. I know that there's probably a healthy amount of leads that people can invest into that they're committed to each week, and I love that. And so I don't try to push them to do more unless they've made that decision. Like if someone comes in like, "Hey, I want to make more money. I'm okay investing more in leads. What should I do?" Like, yeah, for sure, we're gonna look at maybe adding some more leads. But most of the time, um, if you've asked for help from me, just from my experience, I have not told you to buy more leads. Okay, I haven't told you to buy more leads, and the reason why is because I think that there's so many different areas of our business that we can find more business and find more people to help without having the first resort be to buy more leads. I definitely think that you need to invest in leads every week. When I got here, I told my upline that I wanted to make over 10 grand a month, and she's like, "Look, you're going to need to start off with 500 a week and work your way up from there." All right. So I'm a big fan of investing into leads every single week. I had the same lead order for 2 years. I had the same lead order for 2 years. I fluctuated between 10 and 15 digital leads every single week. And last year I had 36 5K a weeks, Jim, 36 of them. And I believe the main reason why I was able to find ways to win every week is because I found opportunities that weren't right in front of my face. So I'm going to teach you guys about a couple of those solutions today. Who can unmute real quick? I'm gonna do what you did, Jim, but I'm balling on a budget today, so I'll do a $10 Starbucks gift card. Jim gave away a $100 bill for the first person to raise their hand and give him the four cornerstones at the Philly event last week. So I'm not gonna do a $100 bill, but I'm gonna do a $10 Starbucks gift card. Who can tell me the five R's? Who can unmute? Whoever
Resources,
starts speaking
activities,
first.
schedule, system.
Go. The five R's. Tay, I love it.
Crap.
I love it. You were ready to fire off. That was
I got it.
aggressive.
I got it. I got it. It's resources, resets, rugrats, recruits, and dang, I don't got it.
Wait,
Referrals.
you
Referrals,
got
referrals.
you got three of them. So now who can build off of what McKinley gave and give the other two?
Rapport.
I like rapport.
Resets.
It's not one of them. Resets is one of them. I think McKinley said that. Okay,
Mhm.
so McKinley said resets. He said Rugrats, which put a four in the chat if you grew up watching Rugrats. Shout out. That was like one of my favorite shows. So we got resets, we got Rugrats. He said recruits. Great job,
Referral.
McKinley. Your client can be your recruit. Okay, I want to know who's
Referrals.
actually here
Referrals.
because yep, referrals. Okay, so we got another one, and then the last one is relatives. I want to know who is here because they were a client first. Maybe
Resources.
nope. We already got all five. I'll recap them for you guys in a second. So
What's
if you are
fucking
here
Rugrats?
because you were a client first, put a five in the chat so I know who you are. I'd love to see that. Bonnie, Stacy, were you a? Oh, Don, you were a client. Bonnie, you were a client? No way. We hit the jackpot with you guys. Let's go. Okay, look at that. Wayne, you were a client? No way. Okay, look at how cool this is. So your leads can definitely be a an agent. Like they may want to do what you do. You may be telling them, "Oh yeah, I'm working from home. I'm a broker. I can shop around with all the best carriers in the country. I can help you from the comfort of your home. I don't have to drive over to your house and do all that. We can take care of business right here." And they're like, "Oh, I would love to actually do that myself." So be thinking of these 5 R's. So we have, if you're taking notes today, we have referrals, we have resets, we have rugrats, we have relatives, and we have recruits. Okay. So I'm actually going to talk about referrals and resets today. All right. Referrals and resets. I know Fred's going to be happy. Fred, I'm going to make you proud today. Okay. So, two different strategies I want to show you guys. The first one is going to be through the application process. Gabby, could you role play with me? Would you help me out?
Let's go.
Okay, cool. So let's say, Gabby, I'm selling you a policy right now, and we get to the beneficiary page. This is where this process starts, okay? And I've got a script for you guys that I'm gonna share, but I'm gonna role play this first with Gabby, because I think a lot of you will remember the feeling of this conversation and how it went and the importance of it rather than the exact words that were said, okay? So Gabby, one of the things that we do is we make sure that you have your beneficiaries properly set up. Okay, it's a very important part of the policy because millions, if not billions of dollars of life insurance have gone on unclaimed
Oh, wow.
because the beneficiaries they didn't know that they had a policy in place, or maybe that wasn't communicated with the family. So I always pause on this page just to kind of talk about that in my role in the process and helping you set up your beneficiaries. So what that looks like is if you have someone in mind already, you can go ahead and tell me that here in a moment. I'm going to need their first name, last name, their phone number, and their birthday. Okay. So these are the people, maybe it's Fred. You mentioned that you were wanting to protect him, and you also said that you have a son. His name is Bo, and maybe you wanted to make him like a contingent beneficiary. Yeah, I said maybe Fred because I'm never gonna assume. Fred's like getting offended in the chat right now. I'm never going to assume someone's beneficiaries because they may be taking that policy out to protect someone that they didn't talk about yet. I've had some awkward situations come up in those conversations. But Gabby, I just want to make sure that you know how important that is. And so the first layer of this is to set up that beneficiary and then the second layer of that is to make sure that that beneficiary knows exactly how to contact me and exactly what they have in place. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Cool. And then we also have what's called a contingent beneficiary. God forbid that person's not around. And I have these conversations every day, Gabby, so forgive me for being so forward, but we want to make sure if that person's not around that there is also someone else as in terms of a contingent beneficiary that could take care of that policy and activate it and make sure that your family gets what they needs or
Yeah,
gets what they
that
need. Does
makes
that make
sense.
sense as well?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So as far as your primary beneficiary, who is that person going to be?
My husband, Fred.
Your husband. Okay. And then I would ask for his phone number and date of birth. You guys want to realize here, hopefully there's an aha moment. We typically don't ask for phone number on the beneficiary page. I'm making that part of the process. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you guys to do. So Gabby, it's in terms of contingent beneficiaries go. I always recommend that my clients set up 2 or 3, maybe even 4 people that they really trust as a contingent beneficiary. Typically they could, maybe that's their kids or maybe that's a trusted family member. For you, who are those people going to be?
It's gonna be, I'm inclined to do my son, but he's 17 months old, so I'd rather do, since he's under 18, I'd rather do my mom,
Yeah.
and my sister. So Patricia Smith is my mom. Her number is
Oh,
one,
you're
two,
a Smith originally?
yeah,
Oh, I knew
Smith.
I liked you. That's a gold mine of a name right there. Okay, and
And
then what's your
then
sister's name?
my sister's name is Melanie.
Okay, great. And I would get their phone numbers as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say the second part of this process, Gabby, as I set this up, my job is to make sure that I'm your family advisor. You're not going to be working with any other life insurance agents. I'm a full service broker. So not only do I help you today, I help you tomorrow, next year, and 10 years down the road. Okay. I want to make sure you know that I'm here for you. Whether that means that you have another child, you guys buy another home, you need another policy for someone in the family, I'm going to be that person. So what I want to do for you is to make sure that Fred first and foremost knows exactly what you have set up for him. So I typically make like a 5 minute phone call and make sure that they know that what's exactly set up for them, that they have my contact information, and they can reach out to me if they need anything. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. And I'll do the same thing for your contingent beneficiaries. I want to make sure that they know exactly who I am, that you got them set up. And during that conversation, Gabby, I'm not sure if your mom, Patricia, or you said it was Melanie, right? Your
Yeah,
sister?
Melanie.
I'm not sure what they have set up, but I'll also mention to them that I'd be willing to help them out if they ever need anything as well. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, that sounds good. They probably need it.
Okay. Perfect. So we're gonna pause here. My heart posture behind this has to be correct. Okay, it has to be correct. And in setting this up, I really do want to make sure that her beneficiaries know exactly what's set up for them and that they know how to contact me. All right. I think the best salespeople, especially like when I've gotten mortgages or bought things from like a dealership, like they're the ones that over explain the process and they make me feel like I'm gonna be their client forever. Okay, so I want the heart posture to be correct there, but I've also now got a list of 3 people with names and numbers that I'm going to reach out to, and I'm going to make sure that they have insurance as well. That conversation is really quick. Okay, I would call Fred, and Fred, are you here? Can you unmute for me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna role play this conversation real quick. Hey, Fred, Gabby set up a policy. She just wanted to make sure that I called and introduced myself. My name is Scott. I'm her life insurance agent. I'm sure she told you that she set up a policy. And if they did the meeting together, guys, you would be doing this with the contingents, not with the primary, because you could just handle that conversation right then and there. You're gonna try to protect both husband and spouse. But she just wanted me to make sure that I called you. We touched base, that you have my contact information, which I'm going to send over to you right now. And just to make sure you knew what she had. She set up a $500,000 policy. It's good for the next 30 years. So as long as those payments are being made, if anything, God forbid, should happen to her, she's going to have a $500,000 policy that you would be able to have access to. So can we mute Hammer that iPhone? Cool, perfect. So does that make sense, Fred?
Yeah, no, I'm glad that she was able to get that in place. Sorry, I was at work.
Sorry, I mowed through that conversation. The unmuted iPhone distracted me a little bit, Fred. Okay, I'd be a little bit more delicate with that conversation, especially bringing up life insurance to someone who wasn't expecting the call. But during this call, I would say, Fred, Gabby wanted me to make sure that if you didn't have a policy already, that I was able to pull some options for you, and that if you already did have a policy, that I was able to look at that and make sure that you have the best policy available to you right now. Okay.
Okay.
Talk to me about what you have.
So yeah, Gabby actually talked to me and said that she really enjoyed kind of meeting with you. And this is something that's been on my heart a little bit. I think, I have a policy, but it's through work. And as time goes, I don't know if this is where I'm always going to work. So definitely would love to take a look at that of maybe some options for myself to make sure Gabby's protected as well.
Cool. So I would have this conversation with him. We would go a little bit further. I would say, guys, don't hard press this conversation to get a life insurance policy out of this. This is a good referral, but this is not someone that you want to bother 10 different times to get on the phone. I'm going to reach out to him. If the conversation happens, great. If I end up calling him twice and he never answers, I'll shoot him a text with my contact information, just introducing myself, and I'm going to move on. And I'm going to run this play every single time. I posted a video on my Facebook page yesterday. This is how I made an additional $89,000 in referral business last year, on top of what I made on from leads. Okay, so this play works when you work this play. Referrals do work when you work referrals. So I want you guys to be thinking of that. The last thing that I want to teach on, this part takes me like 2 minutes, and I do want to leave you guys with some verbiage here, because this is actually going to be a text that you send out. All right, if you guys feel like now after you heard that, you're like, oh my gosh, I probably missed 3 or 4 referrals every single time I sold a policy. What do I do now? I missed all that business I could have sold and all all that gold that was never uncovered through a simple conversation. This is how you're going to get those people back into conversation with you. So I'm going to post this in the chat real fast. This is actually, I believe you can copy and paste this into Funnel. Someone please test it for me, but you can definitely copy and paste this into Switchboard Activate. It says, "Hey, it's Scott Schnitzer, your life insurance agent. I'm reaching out to you because it looks like we haven't done a policy review for you recently. I'm so sorry, totally 100% my fault. I looked at your policies and it looks like we might be able to make a few recommendations that would benefit things in the long run. Are you available either today or tomorrow for a call?" And the reason why we're starting here is because how many times have we maybe texted somebody and asked for referrals and they were like, "Oh yeah, I'll let you know." Has anyone ever experienced that? Or maybe we've asked for it and we've said, "Hey Meg, if you ever think of anyone that I could help out, could you let me know?" And what does Meg say every time? Meg, what would you say? "Yeah, sure, I'll let you know."
Yep, sure.
And I never actually get that referral. She just says yes out of the kindness of her heart, and she doesn't want to make me feel awkward. Okay, but I never actually get that referral. So what I'm trying to do here, think about the 5 R's. If Meg responds and she goes, "Oh sure," and I'm sending this to every single client I have outside of 90 days. Every single client I've helped outside of 90 days, I'm going to send this text message to at least once or twice a year. Okay. Now, I want to think about the 5 R's when I have this conversation because there are referrals that we can have conversations about with Meg. Okay. I can open up her policy and say, "Hey, this is so and so and so and so. I want to give them a call. Do I have your blessing to do that? I want to make sure they know exactly what you have set up." Okay. There are resets that can come from this conversation because we literally said right here, I have a few recommendations that would benefit things in the long run for you. And now Meg is thinking, she's like, "Well, what are those? What are those things? I thought my policy was good. Maybe I'll hop on the phone with Scott and see if anything's wrong with my policy or if there's something better out there for me." Number three, Rugrats. We may be focused on taking care of that first sale in the conversation, and we forget that their children have guaranteed insurability if they end up getting a policy with us, even when they're 12 years old. Okay, Rugrats are great extra policies. It keeps the book of business healthy because when you do that, you're going to have multiple policies on file for these families and you're going to be their person. Yeah, Bill Langford, you said $1 million baby policy. Absolutely. Do it for sure. Do an IUL for the kids. Do a whole children's whole life policy with Moo. Whatever your flavor is, pick it and run with it. If they're covered, they've got guaranteed insurability. If you guys have questions about that and what to sell to those children, reach out to your upline. Okay. Relatives. Relatives. Hey, Meg, is there anyone in your direct circle that could also benefit from what I sold you 6 months ago? Like that, that policy that you got in place. Is there anyone else in your circle that needs my help?
Yeah, I might have a couple of people that might need some coverage.
Okay. Who can I help?
You can call Lori.
Okay. Who else?
You could check in with my sister, Kelly.
Kelly. Okay, great. All right, so this is next. I know that was a simple ask, but this is next level because remember, most of the time we're going to say, "Hey, Meg, if there's ever anyone that I can help in your circle, let me know." And she's going to say, "Okay, great, I will. I'll let you know." She may never do that. Okay, what I did is I asked, "Okay, who are they? Who in your circle can I help?" And I zipped my lips. I stayed quiet until she spoke. I've stayed quiet for 30 seconds and it feels like 6 minutes. It's going to feel awkward. I've stayed quiet for 30 seconds and then they start rifling off names for me. So relatives are going to be important. That's anyone within that person's circle. And then recruits. All right. If we end up getting on this call and their policy's perfect and there's nothing that you can recommend to them, which I find that hard to believe because we have resets, we have retirement solutions, we have all the different things now that you guys know is available. But if you get to the end of the conversation and they're happy with what they have, let's talk about recruits. Hey, I'm looking for more good people, Meg. You've been a great client to me. Is there anyone in your circle that would be good at what I do? I would love to tell them about this opportunity. All right. So be thinking about the 5 R's. Run these 2 plays, guys. If you add in the beneficiary referral play and you add in the policy review conversation, we're going to find more business this week. Okay. Hope this blesses you. That's all I got. Breakout rooms are being opened.
Man, that was a hard sign out. I'm like, Oh, okay. He's like done. Like that happened so
9:21.
fast.
It's 9:21. I know people want to get to talking about numbers.
Yeah, you did great, man. I'm all about it. Let's get these breakout rooms open.
Let's get these things going. Let's get it popping. Love you guys.
All right, breakout rooms are open.